Anny gave me guarantee that the marriage stream will happen and I'll stop doing shipping content. I'm going all the way. Bro wasn't even around during the subathon and drops demands. And then Anny responds, yeah, you clearly didn't. Interesting, I didn't see it that way. See, Prushka's response here is exactly my reaction reading this, like, puzzled. I am puzzled. In the past few months, his clips and posts are borderline harassment, spreading misinformation about Anny's health. He is outright inappropriate, offering unnecessary and harmful speculations about Anny's hiatus and her health. What is happening with Anny TF and this Clipper situation? This is another kind of situation where I suppose the Clippers are making some of the talents they're clipping uncomfortable. Mainly it has to do with the framing of Anny and Vettel being shipped together that I believe I think Anny is uncomfortable with. Starts from a post, people are arguing back and forth. This guy says, not here to argue, just want to encourage people to join Anny's Discord to see the context. Better to hear Anny's side too. Anny made it clear in her Discord that Max was not given the green light like he said he was. And they argued, best to read it all and decide for yourself. Then this other user puts all the screenshots together so people can see it. And after that, we have a clip of Anny that we can watch together. So she's responding to this clipper that's called Max Wayne. She starts by tagging Max saying, I did not greenlight shit. Stop spreading lies. I have more of an issue of you lying than uploading anything. And not even just this case. Don't use lies about me to save yourself when you're being called out. Let's put it this way better. You're free to upload whatever you want. That doesn't mean I greenlight it. I just don't care what people upload because that's out of my control. However, it's up to Clippers what kind of reputation they want to build for themselves. Saying that I gave personal greenlight is a straight up lie. Context to lost people, and it's a comment pinned by Max Wayne on his channel, I assume, saying, a captain goes down with his ship, matey, but my ship be a stubborn one, and therefore I shall not abandon the cause. For 40,000 subs, a rather large sum of gold, and for this here, the swarm must be compensated. If I go down, I'd be going out as the underdog who's never lost hope. So anyway, fun fact, I asked Anny a couple times to let me know if anything I was doing regarding shipping content was an issue for her. There was no issue. Total green light. So this is the statement Anny has an issue with. So Anny also continues saying, I'm not going to go around people policing them on what to upload as long as they're not straight up stealing my stuff, but you lied about me on multiple fucking occasions. It's getting weird. Back to my hole I go. I just felt like I had to say something because he's deflecting when being rightfully called out by others. He replies to this saying, this is what I meant by green light. And it's like just Anny saying, let's put it this way better. You're free to upload whatever you want. That doesn't mean I greenlit it. I just don't care what people upload because that's out of my control. And then she's like, question mark? You said I asked her and she gave me a total green light. We did not talk. I never personally said that to you. And he says, I contacted you through Maru. Anny replies, you're making it sound like that in your post so people stop attacking you. Yes, and I never gave a response. She's saying she never even replied to him on Maru. And then Max says, would have been better to deal with this in private, you know, as I asked. She says no. And then somebody else responds, she doesn't owe you that. And Annie's like, I don't want you to twist more shit. I guess because he already lied about her. So if it's in private, he might, you know, twist more stuff like she says. And then Max says, yeah, but it's more professional not to leak such things. So there would be no misunderstanding like this. Yeah, Max is basically saying you didn't say no. That means you gave me consent. Then Anny responds, it's more professional to not lie about others. Max responds, I did not lie. Maru forwarded my messages. And Anny says, I did not respond. So Maru here is a mod who acted as a in-between them, I suppose. I said, I have no issue with what people upload because that's out of my control. I cannot control other people. This is not the issue here. You made it sound like I personally gave you a total green light. Don't say it's a misunderstanding when you're wording it like that. There might be missing context here, but I just want to say that I think a lot of people would take your free to upload whatever as a green light. Not saying he is in the right, just bad comms. Well, the dude looks a little bit, I don't know, like socially inept from the back and forth that I've read. He doesn't seem very smart, that's for sure. Max responds, "What a shame. Could have been resolved quietly. Why do you think I contacted you, Anny?" Ronan is another user is saying, "This is a weird reaction to someone setting boundaries." Max responds, "Well, this was a nice drama. If you want me to use a different word, then I can do that, no problem. Not green light." Anny says, "Treating this like drama rather than caring what I have to say is crazy." Max says, "Why not talk about this in private? Then all can be resolved." Anny says, "We're not talking in private." I do find him pushing to have a private talk with her kind of weird. It's true that she doesn't owe you that, like a creator doesn't owe you one-on-one time. Anyway, then Max says, "Yeah, well, it's too late now. It is what it is. Vettel should be getting them DMs. So anyway, since we're doing this, where's the 40k sub-goal marriage stream, Anny?" Another user says, "Bro, you need to apologize, change a comment, and maybe publicly say that you misunderstand." Okay, so Max says will do, so he'll apologize and he'll change the comment so people don't misinterpret it as Anny give him the specific green light. Then Anny says, "I hope we can all agree it was the right choice to talk about it here. You can judge the person for yourself." Max says, "My bad, Anny, I apologize." Evenlock, another user, says, "Okay guys, come on, Anny is on her right to correct Max for his misunderstanding of the greenlit stuff. He can and will upload whatever he wants, and he already apologized. Let's not act like we haven't had misunderstandment before. His behavior doesn't make me believe it was a misunderstanding, lol," Anny adds. Bro is trying to gaslight and deflect. Yeah, as I asked, if it's greenlit and there was no issues. Silence is not approval. How is this lost upon you? I guess there's a misunderstanding the definition of the word greenlit. Max responds to what Anny said previously. No, really, reread the message Maru forwarded to you. I used that word. Brother, I am talking to you here right now. Stop bringing up Maru. Lol, that was how I contacted you. Through him. Yeah, we get that. Okay, I think I don't know. Is he not following the conversation? I mean, I think that addressing it in Discord is the right decision because he addressed it publicly and she wants to address it publicly too. Like semi-publicly, not on Twitter, but on a platform where there's like other witness, you know, to showcase this is what we said, I didn't give him the green light, etc, etc. Yeah, he's a bit of a weirdo, I agree with that. And Anny posted a screenshot of him saying, "Maru requests from Anny permission from me for direct contact. I previously assumed everything I was doing regarding ship and had the green light based on rejecting my offer. If there's no issues, then there's no need for contact." This was your message, yes. Indeed. I just simply don't have energy to talk about this stuff even if I have an issue. Dealing with clippers is not on my to-do list. Saying shit like no need to contact when I wasn't going to contact either way doesn't confirm anything just because you threw that in. I see, I didn't know that. Anny responds, "You're not entitled to a reply from anyone, not just me." Damn, seems like a lot of people are struggling with this notion lately. Max Win responds, "Interesting, I didn't see it that way." What? Wait. Okay, I don't know. This was funny at first, but I think he just doesn't get it, guys. He just doesn't get it. Clearly, he didn't see it that way. I actually believe him. I believe him that he didn't see it that way. I think he's just extremely peculiar. I don't know I don't know how else to describe this. He figured he would either get a response or if none, then that could just say what he wanted. Maybe. I don't know. Anny shared his clips a lot. He may have gotten the idea that meant more than it did. Maybe he's playing dumb or he is dumb. And then Anny responds, "Yeah, you clearly didn't." Interesting, I didn't see it that way. See, Prushka's response here is exactly my reaction reading this, like, puzzled. I am puzzled. And then Anny, "Yeah, you clearly didn't." Okay. Anny says, "Haha, girl, will you marry me? It means yes if you don't respond. That's just childish." Max says, "It is hard to tell a person's point of view on how things should and shouldn't be if you don't discuss these things. This is why we get some misunderstandings." Anny says, "I don't have to." Another user says, "Dude!" Anny says, "I don't have to, Max. You're creating these issues for me. I don't have to deal with them just because you created them. And I have other shit going on." Then Max says, "My message wasn't a simple question like that," like the Mary one. "I literally stopped streaming because this shit is so overwhelming. Yet I'm here. Your question isn't any special. Anny, I was reminding you of your promise, a promise worth 40k subs. I remind you here again." Annie says, I have goals up to 85k. Alright, Annie gave me guarantee that the marriage stream will happen and I'll stop doing shipping content. I'm going all the way. Bro wasn't even around during the subathon and drops demands. So after this, Max Wayne, this was posted 3 days ago, saying Max Wayne is going to stop shipping. I got the message I've been waiting for a long time now. Me and Annie finally talked and we were able to clear our misunderstandings. I saw how she viewed things and she saw how I viewed things. I reminded her of her 40k marriage stream sub goal. My journey as captain nears its end. Oh, 7. What the fuck? Somebody else responds? I'm a bit confused because this can be taken 2 ways. Like the journey ending as in it's so over, or like she's gonna do the 40k stream? Whatever it may be though, it was a pleasure being on the ship with you, Captain. Max Wayne responds, it's up to you, Annie. It's up to Annie, we'll see. Then the other user says, so what you're saying is she's finally making a decision, but you don't know the answer either. Max responds, I don't. My mission was to remind and push Annie towards the marriage stream as she said she needed someone to push her. I hope the marriage stream was not a scam. My main inspiration for this Annie x Vettel ship project was Andy Kaufman, played by Jim Carrey in the movie Man on the Moon. It was interesting turning a YouTube channel into a digital live art show and playing this role. Thank you to the Swarm for this opportunity. The end. The journey would have ended way sooner. I contacted Annie through her mod Maru several times to see if there were any issues with my content. If Annie DM me Max stopped, I would have immediately stopped. She still hasn't told me that, but I think I did all I could, so it's time to end. Okay, people are just saying that they changed their mind after reading the Discord logs. I only watched some of his non-ship videos because I did not like his anal ones. Once again, I am happy to have trusted my feelings for what I heard about why he stopped. For short, he was one of the reasons for her hiatus. You should check Annie's Discord or his comments for more information. Don't mean to overanalyze or anything. I'm not a psychologist or whatever, but this just gives me real main character vibes. I am also refraining from doing the, you know, armchair psychology thing. But he does give those vibes. I thought it was a goofy bit too, but he is a little weird. What's the date on this? May 26. His PSAs, his disclaimers are pretty funny too. Max Wayne videos, video titles, and thumbnails are for entertainment purpose only. Max Wayne is not responsible for any material provided by the content creator that are deemed harmful or offensive. Max Wayne is not responsible in any way for any injury, loss, or damage that occurs as a result of an opinion expressed or information provided in the videos on Max Wayne's and Max Wayne's 2 YouTube's channels. The owner of Max Wayne and Max Wayne 2's YouTube channel will not be held responsible for any harm the video may cause to you or someone else, including moral, emotional, and material harm. The opinions expressed in the videos are not necessarily, and in some cases not at all, those of Max Wayne. All statements and opinion made by the content creators in the videos are those of such content creators only, and Max Wayne neither endorses nor shall be held responsible for the reliability or accuracy of these statements and opinions. By watching any of Max Wayne's or Max Wayne 2's video, you have agreed to all the above. Is this a contract? We sold our souls? You read, you agreed. And he also has that disclaimer in his description now. He also, has... Oi, you! Yeah, you! Hi! If you're not subscribed to my second channel, I don't know what you're doing with your life. So take a moment, press the like button, press the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell on. And thank you so much. I appreciate you. Now let's get back into the video. Posted like a Neurosama birthday ad in Times Square. These things can get pretty pricey. She's here. It's like a little bit too lit so you can't see really well, but she's here. He did that for the Vtuber awards, I see. Oh, that was for Norosama's birthday, cool.
Happy birthday, Nero!
Okay. Now there's a more recent post on his community tab on the channel. where he's saying, I'm sorry, Annie. I'm sorry, guys. I did not mean harm. It's just very challenging for me to notice if I was causing it to others because I am on the spectrum. I misinterpreted a lot of things as they happened. I didn't understand what I'm doing in general bothered Annie at first. I'm sorry for all the insensitive things I said. At the time, I didn't know they were insensitive. I seemed cold when I actually lacked the ability to read the room. Just to be safe, I will not be doing any Annie content again, and I'll remove all shipping content. I hope Annie and you guys can forgive me. Sorry for letting you down. I hope you understand I'm not fit for this.
Max. Any react? I literally did not react even. Annie can't afford him right now. I gave the most boring reaction and he still posted it.
I've never seen a Clipper channel like this. Like, he has his name, or he kind of makes himself the topic of his clips. Hanayako and Max Wayne. Hanayako spits mad facts. Neuro kills Max Wayne. Max Wayne says hi to Miniko. Aqua reacts to Max Wayne evil birthday edits. Annie reacts to my Neuro edits. So good.
That was nice. What is this?
Isn't she wonderful? Isn't she precious? Less than 1 minute. I never thought through love we'd be.
Annie's model is really pretty.
It's edited nicely too.
Isn't she lovely?
Aww. All these neural edits of her being cute.
The Neuro fan cam.
Dude, that was so good. What the heck? That was so good. I am so AI cover brain rotted. I thought that was Vito AI cover. Okay, the edit was nice.
Pretty sure they've been weird from the beginning.
No, that was not Vito singing, which I thought it was, but it's not. Oh my god. I don't know.
This one was on his community post. Thank you guys for the 30k subs. What a milestone. And his Vettel and Annie get married. He really wants that marriage stream to happen, huh? Another video is Annie talks about being Max Wayne's Times Square ad.
Alien. Hey, oh yeah, I saw the billboard. Oh my god. The Max Wayne guy. Wait, did he pay for the billboard? He included me in the video. That's my first time on the billboard. Yeah. Holy. She remembered his name. Yeah, bro. The amount of shipping edits he's done are for some reason so high quality. How is he making these high quality videos and they are that? He's using his talent to make that.
Not here to argue, just want to encourage people to join Annie's Discord to see the context. Better to hear Annie's side too. Annie made it clear in the Discord that Max was not given a green light like he said he was, and they argued. And by green light, I will explain. Matt said on his newest video that he was given the green light by Annie to make shipping content. That caused Annie to tag him in her Discord server and made it clear she was not given a total green light like he said. It's all in her Discord. This also made it to where Max was either kicked or banned from Annie's server. Annie has no problem with what people post or shipping in general, but she does have problem with people's behavior. If you still ship, that's fine, but don't be weird about it. To conclude, Annie isn't against shipping, but is against you being weird about it or harassing her. I encourage you read the words from her directly and judge for yourself since I don't want to speak for her. Let Annie rest. Last thing before I go, her message before she left. While we're at it, she says, this shit is indeed one of the things that made me want a hiatus. I don't have to explain myself, but maybe I should mention that I didn't mean shipping, but people's behavior. While we're at it, okay, this is the same thing. While we're at it, this shit is indeed one of the things that made me want a hiatus. Anyway, see ya. Please read her messages on the matter and not mine as the only source. I do not want to speak for Annie, but I encourage people to go look at Annie's sides and words. Annie deserves rest, and Mac's behaviors, as well as some of the shippers' behavior in general, is horrible. Alright, Annie, we read that. Alright, Annie, give me the guarantee the marriage stream will happen. I'll stop doing shipping content. Annie, I was reminding you of your promise. A promise worth 40k subs. Remind you here again. Actual last thing. Annie was not mad at Max about shipping, but for Max's overstepping of boundaries. Max clickbaited about being her mod. Would be weird in her replies. All of it culminated when he lied about being given total green light from her. He clickbaited about being her mod. The fuck? This is not about shipping once again. Normal shippers are fine. Spreading misinformation, being weird / harassing like Max is not. She has no issues with shipping, but does if you spread misinfo and harass her over it. Anyone who is trying to say it's because I'm mad about shipping are stupid. It's not about her leaning or not into shipping, or it's not about the shipping. It's really just his behavior. That was a tweet from February 10. Since Annie's and Vito's marriage stream is a sub-goal waiting to be fulfilled, then technically speaking, Annie TF is Vettel's fiancé. This is somebody else commenting on the topic. Open YouTube, watch a Vtuber clipper. See Max Wayne has crashed out. Check his channel last month if vids are gone. Open Twitter, didn't even search for anything. Artists distancing themselves from shipping art. Bro damaged the community by being overly parasocial. I feel bad. What did he do? He told people Annie would be back soon, talking about what she's doing during her hiatus, trying to chart when she will return. Annie got mad at him for making assumptions about what she's going to do. He followed up with, but wedding stream goal, when Annie clearly needs time off. Oh god, there's a Google Doc about Max Wayne. I did not expect this rabbit hole. Alright, we should have started with this. Max Wayne is a well-known Annie clipper in her community that started off normal but has gotten increasingly worse and more parasocial over time. In the past few months, his clips and posts are borderline harassment, spreading misinformation about Annie's health. He is outright inappropriate, offering unnecessary and harmful speculations about Annie's hiatus and her health. He also uses careless clickbait titles in his videos, shipping real people, Annie and Vettel, even when they aren't mentioned at all in the clip. Additionally, he includes text in his thumbnails that quote them out of context to further support his delusional narrative. Following Annie's announcement of an indefinite hiatus and her moderator's request fans to not speculate and give Annie time and space, during this time, Max Wayne posted a now deleted tweet speculating the cause of her hiatus was the result of her diet. This is Maru's a mod saying, if this was YouTube, I'd accuse you of clickbait with a title like that. She's on a hiatus due to personal reason. Please give her some time and space and don't make up tears about what happened. So the tweet is deleted so we can't see it, but this is a reply or a comment from the moderator. This is not the first time he has commented on Annie's dietary habits. He has previously made unsolicited remarks about her health and eating habits in his videos. Here's my take on Annie's hiatus. Annie's starvation diet is taking a toll on her body. Her different body pains and mental disorder are the result of malnutrition, which worsened with her newer, more aggressive diet. My guess is she's had a bad dietary habit since the last subathon. Thank you guys for reading. Take care of yourselves, eat well, hydrate, and medicate if need be. I wish Annie good luck and good health. Peace. And then he's responding to himself, or like adding on to his thread. She says, during the 2-month subathon, Annie wasn't eating well and wasn't going outside, so she wasn't getting enough sunlight, which caused her to get sick pretty often. All this is just speculation. Annie is an adult and is free to do whatever she wants. I'm just sharing with you my theory. More example of Max Wayne's inflammatory assumptions about Annie's health before the hiatus. Video 1 and video 2. Hungry girl, and Max Wayne was right about Annie not eating well. The fuck?
Do watch Max Wayne's channel.
Ooh, mommy.
Annie, please eat?
Oh, yeah. Slow roasted goodness. Does my voice annoy you? Smells like chicken.
What?
I think I need that.
Subscribe to Max Wayne to become based.
Okay, that's I'm sorry, but that's out of line. Okay, this one's been deleted. So this is a screenshot from a video 3. Maxwell commented on Annie's diet and her injured leg, despite having no knowledge of her physical condition or dietary needs. He assumes or strongly implies that Annie is deliberately starving herself and that she is very hungry. These comments are invasive, as he is making assumptions about her health without any personal connection to her. Nutritional research may be useful in treating tendon injuries, and nutrition deficiencies in magnesium, calcium, and vitamin D and other B vitamins can also contribute to foot pain and plantar fasciitis. Spreading misinformation about Annie's hiatus. 3 days after announcing her hiatus, she joins her friend's birthday stream. Within 3 days of her hiatus, Annie made a brief appearance on a friend's birthday stream. Maxwell soon after clipped the stream. Maxwell promptly clipped this appearance, framing it as a return and captioning it with commentary that minimized the nature of her stated break. This misinformation had also led some viewers to believe that Annie was back from hiatus, trivializing it. He has like a video titled Annie's Back. May 9, 2025, 3 days after announcing the start of her hiatus. Oh, okay. So she showed up on her friend's stream 3 days after her hiatus. And the description is, Annie came back after 3 days. Well, she said, see you someday in her hiatus post. I guess that day was the 9th of May. Pushing his agenda of shipping Annie and Vettel. He also has a tendency to use clickbait suggesting a romantic connection between Annie and Vettel, even when there is no mention of them. Okay, so this is some examples of the shipping. Annie might have seen Vettel's real face, but there's no mentions of Vettel in the clip. And then Annie beats up her husband in Elden Ring, Die Dogs, and there's a photo of Vettel. Thumbnail with Vettel's model and husband entitled to imply it's Vettel. I would like a husband. Clickbaiting with Vettel, insinuating Annie wants Vettel as her husband. And they are dating. Annie and Vettel are secretly dating. Exposed. Okay. He's incredibly invasive. So he took this clip out of context when Neuro said Vettel and Annie is dating. Vettel says she's never lied. Vettel messaged from the same stream. She's never lied. I don't really get it. He took this clip out of context when Neuro said Vettel and Annie is dating. Okay. I guess we can't see the clip. When Vettel said it, it was when Neuro praised his game, Abandoned Archive. You can see the quote at 124 in the VOD.
Will Abandoned Archive win Game of the Year this year? Holy, that game sounds incredible. I think it definitely could win. In all seriousness, I'd say it has good chance if it hits even half of the potential it's showing. Would I ask Evil for help in robbing the cookie bank? Of course I would. Though it's funny you say that because usually the one robbing the cookie bank would be Evil. Maybe I need to talk to her.
Oh.
Hey Evil. Chad is asking about robbing cookie banks and I just want to know how you'd do it, hypothetically.
Dude, Nurosama is so cute. How Maxwell became Annie's Twitch mod? In one of Annie's alt streams, Maxwell presented himself as one of her moderators. In this clip, Annie is trying to tell her viewers that Maxwell is not a mod with a serious tone. Despite being corrected, he continued with the act. On his latest video, remember, you have a right to ask for the marriage stream and you should remind both Annie and Vettel of their marriage stream promise. That right was paid for with 40,000 Twitch subs, so don't be afraid to hold both Annie and Vettel to their promise. If you don't know about Annie's 40k subathon sub goal, here's a playlist to help you catch up on the topic. He has encouraged people to ask Annie of her subathon goal, despite Annie being away on hiatus away from content creation. Dude needs to chill out. He clipped Camilla talking about her abusive ex. The clip was made on Max Wayne's alt channel. In the thumbnail, he used a silhouette of Vettel, suggesting that they were dating and was the abusive boyfriend in the video. He changed the thumbnail when Camilla called him out. In this clip, Camilla sounds frustrated about the situation and complains how it promotes an odd narrative. She also clarifies that her ex-boyfriend was not Vettel. 305 in the VOD.
First of all.
Oh, that's recent, if it's that model.
The fact that there's already a clip of what I spoke about earlier. And second of all, why...
I love her new model.
Why are you putting that guy in it? Like, I don't understand, you people. I really do not. Also, that's like... I feel bad. That's gonna put like a really odd narrative. I don't want that. I don't want people to see that and think something's wrong with him. That one's in bad taste. It kind of is a little bit, but that one's a little. I don't want Vettel to people to see him or think that it's him because he's in the thumbnail. That's odd. SMH. New Hope Corps? Let me see.
Okay, so although he has changed the thumbnail, he did end up changing the thumbnail to not have Vidal in it. He still shows the lack of awareness in the first place that this is a sensitive topic and should not have been used as clickbait. This is also an example of many of Max Wayne misleading information because he implied that Vidal 987 was the ex-boyfriend in the video. I was willing to give Max a lot of leeway, but the longer I watch, the more unhinged he appears. This is beyond mere autism. Now he may actually have some kind of schizophrenia. I'm not aware enough to make these kind of judgments. At first, I also thought he just didn't understand context cues at all. Or I was like, maybe he's ESL and he just doesn't get what you're supposed to do and what not to do. But especially to me, the most messed up stuff is the rumors he started about her hiatus reason. His commentary on her diet was especially frustrating to read. Then saying she's back 3 days later. Okay, maybe you could say this one was a clickbait thing. But then also, just putting the Vidal as the abusive ex-boyfriend is like, oh god, dude, come on. Come on. Yeah, the video of food just to make her eat. It's like, yo, you're way out of line. You're way out of line. He confirmed in a recent community post that he's on the spectrum. Yeah, he did. He definitely doesn't know about boundaries. That's for sure. So TLDR, disrespectfully speculating the cause of Annie's hiatus. Undermining Annie's hiatus by suggesting that it was a short break. Undermine Annie for views. Create false narratives for clickbait by taking it out of context, quote. Speculating again. This is 10 hours ago, posted on May 24th. Where's Annie? Annie is on break, traveling to see her family in Europe, and then she's going to the US to see Camilla. I assume she'll be back next month. I think this guy's just crazy, guys. Like, he's just assuming a bunch of things. Lying about Annie greenlight the shipping. We saw that. This is what started our conversation, why Annie confronted him in her Discord. I asked Annie a couple of times to let me know if anything I was doing regarding shipping content was an issue for her. There was no issue. He's saying there was no issue. Total green light. This goes further than a misunderstanding, no? Some people are using this to target all clippers. It's happened before with some clippers that have been kind of shunned by the community or rejected by the community. It's a better way to put it. Wasn't that guy's name like Cammy or something? But I think there's a lot of good clippers.